Welcome to Jen Care's Live Talks powered by Her Magazine and Chozen Counselors, the show that brings the community to you Mondays at 8 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Here we engage in tough talks and meaningful conversations, featuring guests that help us stay in the know. If you're watching on Facebook, be sure to like and follow our page. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to never miss a show. Now, here's your host, Jen Cares.
Well, welcome to Jen Cares, powered by Chozen Counselors and Her Magazine. I am so excited to have you tonight. I am Jen Cares, the founder of Chozen Counselors, a nonprofit organization that seeks to inspire, motivate, empower, and strengthen individuals and families. Here at Jen Cares, we specialize in bringing the community to you. We love a good, tough talk and some meaningful conversations. So I thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and share. As we enjoy sharing good things happening in the community, I am so honored to have the amazing Dr. Obioma Martin. She's done some amazing things, and we're going to get right into it. Why? Because that's what we're here for. So help me welcome our amazing guest, Dr. Martin. Woo! Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well, and you?
I am breathing on schedule.
You know, I like that. I remember I know you usually from PJ, doing some work. And at one of the most recent conference, it was a video playing. And you said this powerful quote, which is our quote for the day, because we always have a quote for the day. And it says, I'm breathing on schedule. And I said, what quote am I going to have? Because I always like to have a quote. And I said, that's the one, because that stood out to me. Can we talk about what does that mean to you? How did that come about?
Sure, absolutely. So full transparency, I borrowed it and now not own it because I've been saying it for years. But there is a radio personality, and I cannot think of her name, but I used to listen to her every Saturday morning, and she would say she was breathing on schedule. And I cannot think of her name, and I haven't heard her voice in years. But back in the day, I would listen to her every Saturday morning. She was on talk radio or FM or something, but that was her thing. She was breathing on schedule, and I really embodied it and made it my own, only because I used to have issues with my breathing. I used to get bronchitis chronically, like 4 times a year, so much to the point where they wanted to put me on steroids and say you have asthma and all of these things. And I was like, the devil is a liar. I don't have asthma. What I have is healing. But let me find out what's causing my breathing, right, to be delayed. Mm-hmm. And so once I understood that, it was a couple of things. It was my eating, and it was also stress. So once I was able to zero in on the root cause of the inflammation in my lungs and why I kept getting bronchitis and why I need to be on the inhaler and all these different things, now that I no longer need those things, it really is important to me to breathe on schedule. And the fact that I don't need anything to aid in my breathing is why I say I am breathing on schedule, because I really am.
I love it. And I appreciate that you got to the root cause, right? Because so many different things are happening that's causing people to have some challenges. But you got to the root cause of it and said, all right, this is what it is. Now let me attack it to get rid of it, because I don't want this to be my story any longer.
No, and what happens is too oftentimes we accept the report of whosoever. We accept the report, and we then embody the report, and then we affirm the report as if that's our life sentence. And I was like, I don't have asthma. I was just so clear. I don't have asthma. I'm not going to have asthma. I'm not receiving that. However, I understand that these symptoms are real. I understand that me not breathing is a real thing. Me literally feeling like there's a weight on my chest and, needing an inhaler, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
So let me figure out what the root cause is so that I can course correct and reverse it.
I like this. This also speaks to the piece of advocating for ourselves, right? I have a friend that's dealing with some breathing issues, and we just say, taking it at our pace, going at the pace to calm herself down, to not let anxiety kick in, but also speaking up. If the doctor ain't doing what we think that they should be doing, though we're uneducated, we don't know. We know something else needs to be going on to be fixing the situation. So she has an appointment tomorrow. So sending out prayers that everything goes well with this new doctor so that she could be breathing, continuing to breathe on schedule. I love this advocating process, but again,
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? The breathing on schedule really goes with the whole breathe methodology that I have, because here's the thing. In order for me to say I don't have asthma, I had to first believe, because that is the first word in my breathe acronym. I had to believe. I don't care what you say, I don't care what you see, I don't have asthma, right? And so if we're not confident in our position or our posture, we will believe whatever anybody say, positive or negative. And then as soon as we affirm it, we've now made it be whatever was said to us. And so in life, wherever you are, whether it is a diagnosis, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, a situation, like whatever it is, because we go through different phases in our life, but we have to believe what's possible and what's true. And so I don't know where you are in your faith. I'm a faith girl. I'm a Bible girl. And so my word says that I am healed, right? That's what my word says. So if my word says that I am healed, then whatever is attacking me or whatever I am engaging in that is allowing me to manifest results that do not serve me, I need to figure it out and get to the root so that I can walk in the healing that is already promised to me. So my belief system has to be in alignment with what I know to be true and not what somebody said.
I had to put out my notebook. I'm ready. So B is believe. What's R?
So here's the R. R is all about releasing. We have to release those things that don't serve us, right? People, places, and things. So for me, with the asthma diagnosis, it wasn't just good enough for me to say so. Faith without works is dead. I had to take the action. Once I understood, I did my research. That's number one. I did my research and I started Googling, well, what are some of the things that cause asthma? Because asthma does not necessarily run in my bloodline. However, my great grandmother did have asthma, but I don't remember her being on an inhaler or a nebulizer or anything. And then I started thinking about all of the time I spent with her, and I started thinking about the diagnosis, and I was like, so I'm going through my family line, I'm checking my DNA, I'm in the bloodline, like, no, I don't have asthma. My mom don't have asthma. My dad don't have asthma. I don't have asthma. I'm not doing that. So I'm doing my research, and it said, well, food. So you have dairy and shellfish, right? Shellfish is bottom feeders, and it literally causes inflammation in your lungs. A lot of people don't know that. And so one of the things that I absolutely loved, but didn't love me, girl, I love me some shrimp and some lobster and some salmon with all that butter, with the broccoli and the corn. Come on, somebody, right? I was the platter queen every weekend, but it was building up. Right, that butter was creating mucus, and it was literally causing inflammation on my lungs. So that was number one. So I had to let that go, because as much as I loved it, it didn't love me. It didn't serve me. Then the second thing was stress. stress causes asthma. I was like, let me find out. So then I had to look in my life to see what was causing the stress. So I looked at the relationships that I was in. I looked at the people that I was attached to, and I started evaluating like, okay, I noticed there's a pattern after I talk to this person or after I engage with this person on whatever level, when they display this specific behavior, it causes me stress. So then I had to make a decision to release that person from my life. Not just person, people.
Yeah.
Let me be clear, people. So I really started getting crystal clear about, you know what? I need to think about or now pay attention to how I feel in my body after I leave a conversation or after I leave someone's presence. It doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
If I feel depleted after I've engaged with you on any level, like I am exhausted, you don't wore me out. No, that ain't good. That's not good for my mental health. So I really started getting clear about what was going on in my body and how I was feeling after I left the conversation or I left someone's presence. And when I started noticing what was showing up in my body, I was like, yeah, no, thank you. That's it. So the R is for release. We have to release negative, toxic people, places, and things.
I like it. So B, we got to believe, got to get in alignment.
Yes.
R, we got to release those toxic people, places, and things, those things that don't serve us. That thing of who's causing you stress, who, what.
Yes.
Get rid of it. Okay.
E. Well, now we have to embrace what's possible. So listen, I done changed my diet. I done got rid of some people. So I have to now embrace a new lifestyle, and I have to embrace the fact that these people or the things, the places that I used to go that didn't serve me anymore, I now have to embrace that there's something new that I have to replace that with, because now there's a void and I don't want to go back into toxicity. So I have to replace what was toxic with something that's not. And a lot of times people aren't willing to make that shift. So for example, this is a great example for this. So I am 47. And somewhere around 45, I started becoming premenopausal. And I knew something was happening because all of a sudden, let me tell you, all of a sudden I started craving chocolate chip ice cream, chocolate chip ice cream, cartwheel ice cream sandwiches.
Okay.
And I don't have a sweet tooth.
Okay.
And girl, every day I found myself at the Wawa looking for this specific brand of ice cream, chocolate chip ice cream sandwiches. And I was like, something is wrong.
Yes.
Something is wrong. So I made an appointment with my GYN and just told her all of the things. Why? Because I was paying attention to my body. And she was like, yeah, you're premenopausal. And so at this point, I first noticed the changes in the urges and the cravings that I was having. But then I started having these hot sweats. I started getting really, really hot and then getting really, really cold. So this is what she said to me. She said, what all doctors do, the first thing they want to do is put you on some medication, right? Well, we can treat you with some hormones and we can do this and we can do that. So I already knew that whatever was going on was connected to something that I was eating. I already knew that. I was crystal clear. So this was my response. And this is why we have to know what we need. My response to her was, no, thank you. Please tell me what I need to stop eating. I was clear. Tell me what I need to stop eating. So she gave me a list of stuff, and all of those things I had already stop eating for the most part. It was two things, though. It was two things that I needed to give up. And the one thing was caffeine. I had already stopped eating like 90% of the food. I had already stopped eating 90% of the food. But that caffeine, girl, that caramel macchiato coffee, that was my thing. That was my thing. And then, Jen, I was in love, girl. I was in love with the almond croissant.
Oh, they getting you. They getting you.
We had a date, girl. We had a date. The almond croissant, we had a date.
Oh.
So I had to give up the caffeine and I had to give up gluten, anything with gluten.
Mm.
Those were the two things that I had to give up. And so now I have to embrace, what am I going to replace those things with? Because I like the taste of the coffee. Not that it was necessarily giving me energy or anything like that. I just liked it. It smelled good. It tastes good, right? So guess what? Once I released it, I embraced that my replacement was going to be hot water.
Okay.
And when I tell you, I don't miss the caffeine. The hot water is doing it. There's no side effects with the hot water. The hot water is good for my digestive system. It's good for my metabolism. It is good, no matter when I drink it. And when I'm feeling like I need something hot because it's cold, the hot water works. Like, it's a go-to solution for everything. So that was something that I needed to embrace. I was able to release the coffee, the caffeine, and embrace the replacement, which was the hot water.
Now, I have a coworker that drinks hot water throughout the day. And the same thing that you said. I don't know why I haven't tried it yet. However, this is a confirmation. Maybe I should try it tomorrow when I'm in office. Drink some hot water.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it really makes you feel good. It makes you feel good. And so for individuals, this is another thing, for individuals who are like, oh no, girl, I gotta have my Pepsi, or I gotta have my coffee or my Coke. A lot of times, especially for people that drink soda, they like the acid because it gives them a nice burp, right? But guess what? The hot water does the exact same thing. Yes. Hot water does the same exact thing. And so you will, if you drink hot water before you eat and after you eat, you will get a really nice, healthy, burp, and your food will digest and all of that. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try it. I'll let you know. Okay.
Yes.
Because we think babies need to burp, but us as adults also have to burp to digest.
Yeah, no, we do. We do. We do.
Okay.
So that's the E. So the next letter, the next word is A, accept.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So I had to accept that my body was changing, right? I had to accept that although I loved the people that I was in relationship with, it was a one-way relationship. And so I had to stop making those people a priority because they had made me an option. I'm going to say that again.
Please
I
do.
had to accept that the relationship was one way and that I was making them a priority, but I was always an option for them. And it showed in our interactions, which is why I was stressed, which is why I left all the time feeling depleted and exhausted. I allowed them to zap all of what was good out of me to the point where now I got no more juice. So I had to accept that. Now, the reason why the acceptance is so important is because for all my people pleasers out here, I'm speaking to you. When you are a people pleaser, you want to believe the good in people. You really do. And then you create a narrative in your head about the person that's not true. Why? Because you see potential, you see opportunity, and you really see some good characteristics in that person, and you really want to believe like they're not who they're really showing up to be. You want to believe that. And you really want to be in relationship with them because of whatever the reason. Maybe they make you laugh, or maybe it's just good company, or whatever that is. There's something familiar about them that maybe fills your soul or fills your cup, but it is a what's the word? It's an imitator. It's a oh, it's a P word. What's the word? It's not real. Right? It's not real. It's almost like they are
I'm hearing phony. That's a P word.
No, not phony. Not phony, but you know, they're like in place, like, oh goodness, what is this word? What is this word? So they're not the real thing.
I was gonna say imposter.
I want to say imposter, but it's not. But that is not the word. But it's a person that will come to you, and it will appear like they are the real person, but they're not.
Pretense.
That's not the word either.
Facade. Come on, friends, help us out.
Facade. I know, right? Help us out. I can't.
Yes.
I can't think of the word.
But we got you. We got where you going. You keep on going.
Anyway, right. Thank you. Anyway, so think of it this way: a false start, right? A false start. So you're thinking that this relationship is going to be really great, but it's a false start because that's not the real person. Right? That person is I want to say an imposter, but no, because they a representative. Yes, they're definitely a representative. Definitely a representative. And so because they look like they dress like, they smell like, right? They come with all the bells and the whistle, and you like, this is my person. And this could be male or female, right? So I'm not talking about necessarily an intimate relationship, because let me tell you, I've had some because I am an only child. I've had some relationships with women who I thought was the best thing since sliced bread. I thought they were my sister from another mother, only to come to find out that what I wanted and what they wanted was not the same thing. And so they turned out to be predators, right? And so they preyed on my kindness, because I was seeking community, I was seeking sisterhood, and that's not where they were, right? And so I created a narrative about them based on what I needed. And that's what we do as people pleasers. I'm not a people pleaser anymore. I am healed, set free, and delivered, which is why I get to really clearly speak about that, right? Because I kept attracting the same type of person. They kept showing up, right, in a different body, but same behavior. And once I accepted, you know what, because of my past experience with rejection, neglect, and abandonment, I keep attracting this same type of person. So once I got clear on what was on the inside of me that was attracting that, I was able to accept, no, I'm good. I don't need that. And so I'm going to stop attracting that. I'm not needy. I'm not thirsty. I'm not taking the bait. And I've fallen so in love with me unconditionally, I no longer need a false representative to fill any cups.
This is good. This is good. I was watching this movie. It's called Finding Joy. It just came out, Tyler Perry. I won't say too much, but in the first 10 minutes, first 5 minutes, you find out how we as women sometimes can really fall into that trap so quickly of thinking this person is the one, maybe it is the one, to find out I wasn't listening to the words that were coming out of their mouth because I created this narrative that served me. They still were coming around. They still were calling me. They still was reaching out to me. They was telling me how much they appreciated me, not knowing we weren't even on the same street.
Girl. Oh my goodness. Let me just tell you how the acceptance, and the when you get to the place of acceptance, though, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. And so it's really important that when you find yourself in that place of acceptance, that you really focus on self-kindness and self-empathy. Otherwise, you will find yourself being like, you're so stupid. How didn't you see that? And now you become the judge and the juror and the prosecutor in your life. And that you start shaming yourself. No, we're not doing that. Once you come to that place of acceptance, just say, you know what? God, I'm so grateful that you opened up my eyes so I can see. So that's my new thing now. I step into gratitude. When I get to that place of acceptance, I step into gratitude because it changes the energy in my body and in my mind. And I'm like, you know what, God? I'm so grateful that the rose-colored glasses are no longer on and I can now see clearly.
That's good. Step into gratitude.
Step into gratitude. Yes. So then the T.
So wait a minute. Let me do a recap for those that are just tuning in. Y'all gotta go back for the pieces, but I'm gonna give y'all. So B is believe. We're doing breathe. You know, that's our topic of the night. Breathe. Our quote for the day is I'm breathing on schedule. On schedule. I'm breathing on schedule. Oh, this still resonates. Okay. So B is believe. When to be in alignment, what are you believing? R is release those things that don't serve you. What's causing you stress? Find out what it is and get rid of it quick. Okay. E, embrace what's possible. What do you need to give up? It's not going to be fun all the time, but embrace it. And then accept that things aren't changing. Don't create that narrative. It's going to hurt, but it's going to feel good. Come on with the T.
Yes. The T is taking action, right? Because once you've accepted, you got to move. You got to move. You can't stay stuck. You can't allow what happened to cause you to be paralyzed. And you get to the place where, again, this is my experience. When I first started going through this process, which was about 8 years ago, I had never, and it happened to me. Let me just tell you how this whole breathe was birthed. This was God given to me because I went through a separation that led to a divorce. And I was devastated and it almost crippled me. And so I really legit had to learn how to breathe. Like this acronym became my lifeline because my identity was wrapped in who I was as a wife and then who I was as a business partner with my husband because we were in business together for 16 years. And so I didn't when the marriage ended, the business also ended, everything ended, and I was left dealing with who am I now? Who am I supposed to be? I was a wife. Now I'm not. I was in this partnership. Now I'm not. And I'm left with these children. And now I'm trying to navigate how to relaunch, rebirth, restart, breathe, be a mom, be single, be a boss, like all of these different hats all at the same time. And it literally was crippling. And so that brings me back to the B because I had to get into the word to find out who I was and whose I was so that I could believe what God said about me before the foundation, before I was even conceived. I had to find out what he had purpose and planned for my life so that I could do all the other things, which then brings me to the T, which me taking action meant me taking the steps that I needed to take to regain my purpose and my life so that I could move forward, so that I could relaunch, restart, and birth the things that I was pregnant with, the dreams and the visions that God gave me that only I could carry and push out.
This is big because so many times things don't work out how we thought they would work out, right? And we get lost in the sauce, or they do work out how we thought they would work out, but we still lose ourselves in it. And there's always a relaunching process. There's always a restarting process. There's always a birthing process. And when you accept that, sometimes it ain't fun because it's causing you to give up something that you thought you could hold on to. Give up something that was your liner's blanket, your comfort. But you got to take action to regain that purpose for your life. Oh, this is good. What's the H?
Heal. You have to heal because hurt people do hurt people. And if you do not take the time to invest in therapy, counseling, whatever that looks like for you, all things are not equal, all things are not applicable, but figure out what works for you. I did all the things. Therapy and counseling didn't necessarily work for me. I think it was just because there wasn't a good chemistry with people that I worked with, but I did not allow that to stop me from seeking healing. So what I did was I kept searching and I kept showing up and investing in myself at the level in which I wanted to see results. So I wanted to become a healthier version of me, a version of myself that was not bitter, that was not resentful, that was not angry, that was not hostile, that was not numb. I wanted to become empathetic. I wanted to be compassionate. I wanted to be mentally present. And in order for me to do that, I needed to invest in communities where people like me didn't exist. I needed to leave my fish tank and go into the ocean where there were bigger fish swimming upstream, going in the direction in which I wanted to go.
Goodness.
And so in doing that, that allowed me to heal because I got to see that where I was not a death sentence. Where I was literally a springboard that moved me forward and upward to becoming the best version of myself. So a part of me had to die so that the best part of me could be resurrected. Come on, somebody. I think I need to say that again. I think I need to say that again.
Go ahead, girl.
So those negative parts of me, the bitter, resentful, angry, all that had to die. Yes. Because it was killing me and it was killing my relationships, and there was no healthy fruit coming from those branches. So all of those branches, all of that negativity, all of that toxicity, all of that trauma, I had to process through that. And it didn't feel good. There was such a purging of being able to deal with me taking responsibility for what I allowed, me taking responsibility for what I gave permission to, me taking responsibility for what I act as if I was okay with, because I wanted to be in the presence. I wanted to be in the community. I wanted to be accepted. And so that people-pleasing version of me had to die so that the authentic version of me could resurrect.
So many good nuggets. Let me first say, I love talking about, therapy, or just in general, normalizing the importance of us addressing our mental health. One of my passions. And I like that You did try the therapy, and it's really important that if that doesn't work, you don't stop. You find what does work for you, because your mental health is so very important. We recently heard of some stories where some people did not survive this thing called life. They gave up, they threw in a towel. And if we're honest, there's some times that we thought of giving up and throwing in a towel. But I urge you, I beg you to please connect with somebody that can help you to process, invest in yourself, whatever that looks like, of getting yourself out of a dark place. Though we do have to die to some things, we don't have to die to this life until it's our time to go. I don't want you to go before it's time. So really taking that moment to invest in ourselves. And then that part of taking responsibility for what I allowed, taking responsibility for what I said was okay when it really wasn't. Friends, we got to speak up for ourselves, because we'll go home and we'll sit with that thing and it'll keep on bothering us, keep on eating at us. And then we go back out and we do that smile and we keep on going. Some stuff does need to be addressed. And that taking action to heal, some stuff does need to be addressed. You know, they say growing up, what happens in our house, stay in our house. But there's some stuff we need to talk about, some stuff we need to process. Oh, this is
all
good.
of it we need to process. All of it we need to process. And this is what I learned recently, is that whole what goes on in the house, stay in the house, that is a form of isolation, right? And it was literally created so that we could be in this place of depression, so that we could be in this place of bipolar, so that we could be in this place of manic depression and all this kind of stuff. So now we get from what's happening on a natural to spiritual warfare, which is a whole nother conversation, because there's some other things that are in operation that to the natural eye we are clueless about. And so then we got to take the fight a whole different way. So the healing for me, with me making those investments, I invested in coaching. And me investing in coaching, I was able to be in a different community where people were not dealing with the things that I was dealing with, and they had a different perspective. And it allowed me to move from being in a community where everyone had a scarcity mindset and move to a community where there were abundant thinkers, because abundant thinkers process differently. Abundant thinkers forgive, and abundant thinkers take responsibility. Scarcity thinkers point the finger and deflect and make it be everybody else's fault and take responsibility for nothing. Scarcity thinkers are gaslighters. Scarcity thinkers are narcissists. Right? And so I was like, okay, let me identify where I am so that I am crystal clear about the work that I need to do. I need to forgive me, so then I can release people in the freedom of my forgiveness. And I want to make sure that I don't keep any record, because I don't want to feel anything going on in the inside when I hear your name or when I come into your presence. I want to be able to love you like it never happened. Not that I want to trust you. I need to love you because I'm commanded to. Even if that means loving you from a distance. And can I tell you that this is the real work, because there have been people, male and female, in business who have betrayed me, who have lied on me, who have stolen my ideas, my concepts, and my contracts. And because I made a decision to forgive, I was able to be in the same rooms with them. And they look me in my face and not even speak, and I be not bothered. And nothing on the inside of me made me want to lay hands when I would have been justified. But I didn't, because I was able to forgive and understand that you are going to reap what you sowed. And that's between you and that energy that you just sold. Because over here, I'm all good. My hands are clear and clean, and you gonna reap what you sowed, and I'm good with it.
To our friends that are listening, if you're not there yet, keep on living, keep on breathing.
Yeah.
It's a daily process.
It's a daily process. It really is a daily process, though. It really, really is. And that forgiveness, that forgiveness is big, because that when you operate and you live in a place of forgiveness, it keeps you so free. And it really allows you to be in a place where all good things continue to come to you, because you're not holding on to people, places, and things that don't serve you. You're not remembering, oh no, I don't mess with them because they this and that. You're not gossiping. You're not being negative. You ain't the things that people did to me. I don't even talk about it. And when I see them, I smile, whether they smile back. I'm going to be my authentic self, whether you accept it or not. And can I just tell you this, how it has paid off over and over and over again, because people see how I'm not bothered, even though I know you did me wrong. Something is going on the inside of them, because they're changing. And over time, not immediately, but over time, they come back to me, and they don't apologize, but their whole energy is completely different. It's completely different. And it's like, I got nothing but love for you. I got nothing but love for you. I got nothing but love for you. And so I'm grateful, because you got dealt with. And I can tell by your consciousness that you got dealt with. So you don't have to verbally apologize to me, because I'm good. At the point that I released you, I was good.
Now we still got one more letter.
Yeah, we do.
This has been good. E, the final E.
Well, the final E is for elevation. Now, let me talk a little bit about that elevation. When there are hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis, have you ever noticed that you've never seen dead birds, or more specifically, heard about a dead eagle? Have you ever wondered why, when like there's storms, but you never, nowhere on the news, nowhere in nothing, you don't see a dead eagle anywhere, nor do you just see random birds just dead on the, you don't see that. You know why? Because eagles specifically take the high road, and so they soar above the storm, they soar above the cloud, they soar above. So they don't go in, they don't go beneath, they don't go under, they go above.
Yes.
So that's what elevation allows you to do. So when all the things come and life be lifing, you elevate to a level that's above whatever it is that you're dealing with. And that's how you breathe. And that's also how you live a stress-free life.
It's interesting. Another part that you had when I was perusing your information of that piece of going from survival mode to strategy mode. And oftentimes we don't even realize we are in survival mode. And when we're in survival mode, we're not doing the little things we need all the time, because we're like automatic, just moving. But when you really get a moment to sit down and take some deep breaths, you can really plan out how to move in strategy versus survival. How did you get to that point of moving from survival? Help us as we are ending this year and we have been surviving, barely some of us, because life has been life, and we want to move into strategy for the last quarter. We want to move into strategy for 2026. What does that look like, moving from survival to strategy?
Absolutely. So the first thing is self-examination. And what that looks like is pausing. right? So now we're moving from my breathe methodology to my P factor. So here's my P factor for going from struggling, surviving to striving. So you got to pause, right? Because here's the thing, when you don't pause, your life becomes very robotic. You literally are on autopilot. You're getting up, you're going down, like you just, everything about your life is on autopilot and you are numb. Yeah. And I know this from experience because for years, after that, a good 5 years, I was just on autopilot. I didn't even know. I didn't even know. And this is why community matters. And this is why you have to get in a community where you can be naked emotionally. And you can be around people that really love you and go and say, listen, sis, your breath stink. Like you need to get a mint. Listen, sis, you're not smelling too good, right? And you can hear it and receive it and know that they're not coming for you, but they're saying it out of concern. That's really important. So in the absence of a therapist or a counselor, find you a get it community, a community that gets you. That's really important. So you're pausing so that you can process. Where are you? You have to process, where are you? Do you know where you are? Yeah. Do you know where you are? So oftentimes when we're on autopilot, we don't know because we've checked out. We've checked out on life. We've checked out on people. And we're literally just checking in and checking out, checking in and checking out, checking in, checking out, like we're going to work. So we want to make sure that we're pausing so that we can process. Once we have processed where we are, for those of you who are believers, then you need to pray. The strategy got to come from the Lord. The strategy got to come from the Lord. That right there, you got to pause, process, and pray. And if you're not a praying person, you need to pause. You need to pause, process, and pivot. Because whatever you're doing is not working. So you're going to have to pivot. So I say I have 5 P's for you. This is what I do. I pause. I process because I need to know where I'm at. I need to know how I'm feeling. I have to check in with my body. Like literally, I need to check in with my body and figure out what's going on in my body. And then I need to pray about how I'm feeling. Like, Lord, I need you to help me because I'm not okay. Do you know that this happened and that happened and this doesn't feel good? And I really do want to lay hands. However, I know that that's not going to get me the results that I desire. So help me make sense of this and help me to forgive so that I can move forward. Because this right here, I don't know how much more of this I can take. I don't know if I can keep showing up. I don't know if I can keep going to this job. I don't know how long I can stay in this relationship. I don't know how long I can endure whatever that is. You fill in the blank, but you got to have a real conversation about where you are. You got to have a real conversation about where you are. So once you've had that real conversation about where you are, again, you're going to pray or pivot. I'm going to pray so that I can now plan so that I can prepare to prosper. Because my Bible tells me that my God says, beloved, above all things, I wish that you prosper and be in good health. So prosperity is not necessarily about your dollars. It's about you being in good health. And the good health is your mental health. Are you in your right mind? Prosperity starts with your mind, not your money. Are you in your right mind?
Prosperity starts with your mind, not your money. Mm.
Yeah, because you got to see it in your mind. You got to believe it in your mind before it materializes in your hand and in your bank account.
Come on. That's good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you got to be prosperous in your mind, which means that you have to have a sound mind. You have to be able to think clearly. You have to be able to process and problem solve and strategize. If you cannot get a clear thought through, if it's so cloudy that you're drained and you're depleted and you're depressed and you're crying, you're not prospering.
Mm.
You're not prosperous.
Yes.
So that's why for me, I need to first pause so that I can process, so that I can pray, so that I can plan, so that I can prosper.
Mm.
And the planning means that I need to change how I think and how I see
Mm.
either myself or the people, places, and things so that I can have a strategy that's going to give me a complete paradigm shift in what I'm seeing so that I can see something different.
I like it. Ooh.
Because you can't listen, you can't see it until you see it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can't see it until you see it. That's why you have to prosper in your mind first. You got to get clear up here.
That's good. That's good. You have said so many good nuggets on today. My notes is crazy. I was taking my pages apart so I wouldn't get myself lost in things. This was good. The Breathe roadmap that you have given has been amazing. The P factor, amazing. I want us to share with those that are tuned in the services that you offer. Could you share it of coaching and I'm an advocate of coaching as well. Therapy and counseling is talking about mental health and things of that sort. But the coaching sometimes really helps you to get to your goals. And sometimes you think you're going crazy. It's like, no, you just got to figure out how to connect the dots of the things you're trying to do for your life, you know?
Yeah.
And it could go hand in hand, it could go separately and things of that sort. But that coaching piece is really beneficial. Can you share a little bit of what it is that Dr. Martin does?
Absolutely. So I help people through accountability. So I'm an accountability coach. And let me just explain it because some people don't understand what that is. A lot of times people like to put me in the box of life coach or business coach. No, I'm an accountability coach because I help you to become the best version of yourself by holding you accountable to the things that you said you want to do. For example, if you say, I want to lose 10 pounds, and you know that you don't have the wherewithal to be consistent enough to stop eating the things that don't serve you, then that's where I come along to call you every day to say, what did you eat today?
Ooh.
And how does whatever you chose to eat align with your goal to lose those 10 pounds? Or you say, you know what? I want to walk because I need to walk to help me burn some of these calories. Then I'm going to be the one to say, okay, we walking at 6 p.m. every day. So I'm going to walk with you. I am the person, and the way I coach anyway, because all coaches are not equal, but I do life with you. I do life with my clients. It's nothing about what I do is transactional. It's relational because nothing happens overnight. So when you invest in working with me, it's not a one time, quick fix, because your results are not a quick fix. You want things that's going to last. You want impact. You want lifestyle changes. So again, you have to invest in yourself at the level in which you want to see results. Now, with that being said, I have 3 specific ways that you can work with me because everyone is at different price points. So the easiest way is to come to my CEO Lounge. So the CEO Lounge is the new baby that I've birthed. Now, it is for my CEOs. And I have to say that because high earning women, high achieving women do not have a place where they can emotionally be naked. Right? So that's what that's about. The CEO Lounge is for the high earners, the high achievers that need a place to come where they can be emotionally naked without the judgment, without having to put on, without having to be. They can take off all the hats and just be who they were when they came out the womb. There's no spaces like that, right? So that's the CEO Lounge. The second thing that I offer is my self-love retreat. Now, the self-love retreat is an absolute must because that is a place where you get to come for about 3 or 4 days, however you choose to really fall unconditionally in love with you. I promise you, when you leave, you will be on such a high and loving you like you never loved you before. So if you don't do counseling or therapy, you definitely want to come to the self-love retreat. Absolutely. So that is held in Bethany, PA in the Poconos. That is June 25th to the 28th, 2026. And then you can do the executive coaching. Now, some people start out with the executive coaching and then they do the self-love retreat. But some people are like, I'm not really ready to make any of those commitments, so let me just try you out. You know how you go to the mall and you go past the Chinese counter and they like, try this bourbon chicken. You didn't want that. You wanted Chick-fil-A, but they was, try this bourbon chicken. Well, the CEO Lounge allows you to try and taste and see before you make a commitment that I'm the right coach for you or I'm the right person for you.
I love this. Dr. Obioma, I'm going to make sure I get your information because I do like to share resources.
Yes.
My bio on my Facebook, I have my link tree and it has guest recommendations. So I'll be adding Dr. Obioma's information about the CEO Lounge, the self-love retreat. PJ says it's an amazing time.
Yes.
That's going to be June 25th through the 28th of 2026. So you can start saving your coins to get yourself registered for it.
And go to Amazing Events and become an Amazing Insider. Then that way, anything that I'm having, you will be the first to know. So it's OMAZING events.com. Amazingovents.com.
I love it. Amazing, because you are amazing.
Thank you.
Yes. So amazingevents.com. All right, so friends, y'all check that out. There was another question in there. I think you kind of answered it though. PJ was saying, I know you have great events. Can you tell us some that are coming up?
Yeah, so the CEO Lounge is on November 22nd. And again, you can go to amazingevents.com to register for that. And you can go to Obioma Events, OBIOMA events.com for the self-love retreat. And for the executive coaching, you can shoot me an email or you can inbox me or you can still connect with me on any of those platforms. My email address is info@amazingyou.com.
As promised, friends, I'm going to put that in my bio. I'll be working on it tonight. It'll be live probably before midnight, where you can go there and get all the links that she just shared. It'll take you directly to her page. She also has some books if you want to get a book. And some other amazing things, on her website. So I want to make sure that I do share the information with you. This was good. Breathe, believe, release, embrace, accept, take action, heal, and elevation. This was good. What is something that you want us to walk away with?
keep breathing, keep breathing. And be intentional about your breath. Don't take your breath for granted. Like seriously, don't take your breath for granted. And when life starts showing up for you, remember to lean into gratitude because it really could be worse. And I think that we forget. I think that we allow life to overwhelm us in a moment, and nothing is ever as bad as it first appears. Nothing is ever as bad as it first appears, which is the reason why we have to pause. Check your temperature and breathe.
Friends, those that are tuned in, drop in the comments what you are taking away from tonight. Swagger, thank you, friends, for joining us. Love it. Breathe.
Yes.
Oh,
Breathe.
BJ said, be intentional about your breath. Because, friends, life is short. So we can't be letting the toxic get on our nerves. We got
Life
to be able
really
to let
is
it
short,
go.
though. People are leaving here every
Yes,
day, every second, and we have to stop being so serious. Like,
yes, yes. Friends, I do hope that you enjoyed tonight. I had a blast. I love when I come prepared with questions and things of that sort, but I didn't need them because Dr. Obioma was ready. She like bam, 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 got all in my business.
well,
But I
thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much for the invitation. This was really
Yeah.
great. Thank you.
This was, and again, I'm going to share your information, so that everybody can, check it out. I'm telling you, friends, it's a good time. That accountability, sometimes I know we don't like it, but when she said, "What did you eat today?" That aligns with you losing your 10 pounds. We need that sometimes because we say we want to do something, we tell somebody, and when they hold us accountable, we get upset, but we have nobody else to blame but ourselves if we don't do it. If somebody's trying to help us, take that help.
And let me tell you, I want to leave you guys with this because this is my life. That 10 pounds is a real thing. And my Facebook memories, uh, like last week, it popped up that I was starting my wellness journey and that I wanted to lose. I don't even know what I said I wanted to lose, but my caption was I'm weighing in at 190.
Mhm.
Right. So today I'm 170. And do you know I literally teeter between 165 and 175. If I look at something, I swear I gain weight. As quick as I lose it, I gain it. As quick as I gain it, I lose it. And so the weight journey is a real journey. But because I'm so committed to being the
Mhm.
best version of myself, I'm
Mhm.
committed to keeping that weight off. Because friends, I don't know about you all, but I don't like them thighs rubbing in the summertime and you getting all hot and sweaty. It don't feel good, okay? I like the air blowing through, right? So that means that I have to make sure that my I ain't got them thick thighs because I don't like it.
I understand. Oh, so good, friends. Oh, this is really good. Again, I truly thank you for joining us. I hope that you have a great evening. Again, I'm going to, once I create, I'm going to send it to you so you can see it, make sure I got everything correct so I can share out with our friends that tuned in. Those that will tune in, you can always go back. I'm going to keep that as a running link, and I'll always just have a new image for whoever the guest was with all of their recommendations, some tidbits. I might even share with you what breathe means or that P factor. Or they could just watch it again. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some tidbits. I'm getting because I did notes. I got 4 pages over here working notes. So I thank you. Thank you again so much. I hope you have a great evening.
Oh, you too. Thank you.
Oh, friends, I hope that you enjoyed tonight. I did. Let me tell you, Dr. Martin is the bomb.com. Okay, that was really good. I truly enjoyed myself. I hope that you did as well. I do hope that y'all bring your notebooks and pens because so much is shared sometimes. You want to be able to get it. Don't forget our quote of the day. I'm breathing on schedule. I'm breathing on schedule. That quote also makes me think of deja vu sometimes. You ever had deja vu where you feel like this happened before? They're breathing on schedule, letting us know I'm still supposed to be here. Still more work for me to do. I'm alive because there's more. Oh, so good. Again, I thank y'all for joining us tonight. Be sure to join us next week. We've been trying to do twice a month. In January, we'll see if we'll keep it twice a month, might be more, we'll see. But do join us next week as we will have Katrina Roebuck sharing about Uplift Me. It's going to be another good time. I do hope that you guys tune in. We will have one more for this year in December. It's called Annual Review. And I'm going to have some friends come where we just share about reviewing the year, how we did, what we're going to do for the next year as we get ourselves together. So friends, you never know, we might get tagged in. Lastly, I do want to share, it is hoodie season, and Chozen Counselors has some merch out. We have our I Don't Have the Capacity hoodie, because sometimes I don't got the capacity. And we got to let the people know. You also have to be honest with yourself when you don't have the capacity. Our newest release is Check on Your Friends. Friends, I ordered that in a black on black, and it is very nice. So be sure to check on your friends. We also have a seasonal limited edition red t-shirt says, "Let me ask God first." Because sometimes we're doing stuff and we ain't consult Jesus, and we wondering why it ain't working. So y'all head on over to our website, Chozen Counselors, to get your merch today. Be sure to join us on next week. It's going to be good. I think you all so very, very good. Let me see. She was good, wasn't she? That's why I had to send it to you, friend, because I was like, she is in there. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And friends, if you have anybody else that has an amazing story that we should share, come on and send me a message so we can get them on to share some nuggets of wisdom. I love it. Again, I do thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Be sure to share this live. This was really good. That breathe of the believe, release, embrace, accept, take action, heal, and elevation. That was good. And I'm giving the P factor again. Pause, process, pray, to pivot, plan so that you can prosper. Such a good night. I hope that you enjoyed yourselves. I'll see y'all next week. Until then, I love y'all. Good night.
Thanks for joining Jen Cares this week. Special thanks to our sponsors, Swag Her Magazine and Chozen Counselors, guests, and viewers. Such a good conversation. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you found value in today's show, we'd appreciate your sharing it with a friend and dropping a comment down below. Until next time.